How's it going, guys? Happy Tuesday to you. My name is Roguelike Duck, and guys, um, hey, if you're new here, I'd appreciate the subscribe. If you enjoy the video, if you enjoy the content, look, you don't have to subscribe right now, but if you make it to the end of the video, I'd really appreciate it. Small channel, new channel, you know how it is. It helps me grow. Guys, as I said in the last video, look, I'm going through Pull 2 decks this week because I know there's been quite a few of you that have popped in to see the Pull 1 videos and asking about Pull 2. So we're having a look at Pull 2 decks this week, as I assume a lot of you are probably getting to Pull 2 and you're trying to figure out what decks are going to be good. So yesterday we looked at the Kazoo deck. It's probably the easiest that if you've finished Pull 1, you're into Pull 2, you can plug in, play the deck. It's going to be pretty easy for you to get your hands on, because you should have all of the cards already. But now we're going to look at some decks that actually use some of the Pull 2 cards. So right now we're looking at Discard Swarm, and guys, look, fantastic deck. Pull 2 Discard Swarm, you probably recognize a lot of the cards in here already, because you could play Discard in Pull 1, but I said it back in the Pull 1 videos, Discard isn't really that good in Pull 1, because your only targets were really Wolverine and Apocalypse, so it's kind of eh. So we're having a look at this build, which is just all about swarming the board with some nice 1-drops. We've got Swarm as well that can literally swarm the board. So new cards in here that you might want to have a look at. Iceman's probably one of the best cards in Pull 2. On reveal, give a random card in your opponent's hand +1 cost. Now, the only downfall to Iceman is you don't see the effects straight away, but Iceman's really annoying. Like, if you have Iceman played against you and he's hitting some of those like on-tempo, on-curve cards that you really need, it's frustrating, man. It truly is. And so for you to have the power of Iceman in your hands to really dish out some annoyance, it's really, really good. And we're going to talk about Iceman in a future video, how good he really is. But just in general, like, we're putting him in this discard. You're probably wondering, well, he's a 1-cost, couldn't I put him in Kazoo? But as we said, you don't really want to be playing your 1-costs in Kazoo on turn 1. So that's why Iceman comes in on this build really good. You should know all the rest. Blade actually comes in really good in this deck because he's actually doing what he's meant to do. You can play him at any point, discarding a card, and hopefully you're hitting the targets you want, which our targets are Wolverine. When he's discarded or destroyed, he's going to regenerate with +2 power. So in this deck, he's only ever going to be a 2/4 if we're actually discarding him. In destroyed decks, he comes up a bit more because you can actually really boost that power up. But for the purposes, he's just another discard target. The real target we're really looking for is Swarm. So when he's discarded from your hand, you're going to add 2 copies that cost 0 to your hand. That keeps happening. When you discard the copies as well, you get more swarms. So you can really get a bunch of 2/3s that actually, they're for free. So a bunch of free 3 costs. Awesome. We are playing Armor in this. Armor's just really good. It disrupts destroy decks. It protects your 1 costs. Shang-Chi also is now floating around in some decks, so he's going to protect your Apocalypse as well if he comes up really big, which is your other discard target and the main discard target. And when you discard him, you put him back in your hand with +4 power. We've got 3 different methods of discarding, one in Blade. We got Lady Sif, who's always going to hit the highest cost card in your hand, so if you've got Apocalypse, you're guaranteed to actually discard him. And then Swordmaster, he's kind of like Blade, really strong. He's a 6 power 3, and he's just going to discard a random card in your hand. Hopefully we're hitting the targets we want. It's really roll the dice with discard, but that's why we're playing all the 1 costs as well. We're going to try and empty our hand as quickly as possible so that the only targets left to discard are the targets we actually want. Angela, I always talk about it. Angela's just in general always fantastic, especially we've got Nightcrawler as well, so we can play Nightcrawler on the Angela, move him away, and keep on getting her power up. Finally, we've got America Chavez. She's going to start on the bottom of the deck, and you're always going to draw her on turn 6. She's really good because you're guaranteed for the rest of the turns that you're actually going to draw into your other cards, which is hopefully going to get us into what we need to get this strategy working. You can see there's a lot of hopefullys with this sort of deck. That's because of the nature of discard. It's very high rolly. The only other card you could consider putting in, because I'm pretty sure he's a Pull 2 card, is Morbius. I'm pretty sure he's Pull 2. And if you get him, you could pop him in place of like one of the 1-drops, maybe Ant-Man. I don't know. I kind of like the build how it is, which is why we don't have Morbius in there. But this is the idea. Empty the hand so that you've only got discard targets. Discard what you actually want to be discarding. And on turn 6, we're either going to drop a really big APOC, a bunch of swarms, or we're going to drop Chavez and a bunch of swarms. Hopefully, we're always dropping a bunch of swarms. All right, let's get into some games. All right, we've got a game. Let's go. All right, we're going to see how this goes. It's been a while since I played a discard deck because in pool 3, I'm missing some of the cards that make it really good. So yeah, we're going straight in. Ant-Man right off the bat. We're not scared of Killmonger in this. He's not the win con. Like, the 1-drops aren't the win condition. Okay, so we can really spice this up. I mean, Eternity Range is going to be annoying, but hopefully next turn we can just boost our power up. We're dropping Angela over there because we want to get as much power out of her as possible. Alright. Armor and Danger Room is going to be really good for us. So, we've got the Swarm. We can play Wolverine now. Maybe just do it something like this. Hopefully we don't get the rock. I'm hoping. We're seeing wave. Alright, nobody's getting the rock. Good. They're going to drop something really big and nasty. It's a shame that we're going to lose the kiln. We could roll the dice. It's a 50-50 we hit the swarm. Oh, it's so risky. 50-50 on the swarm. We lose armor. Danger Room's going to be a pain in the ass. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, they're setting up something big with the onslaught over there. We're winning Kiln, so we'll take that. I think we're pretty safe to just drop the armor here. And it doesn't matter if we drop these now. We don't need to do anything crazy. Whatever they're planning there is going to be massive for them. Oh, no, 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 no. That's a big claw. They're winning Kiln now. Alright, we've only really got one good option here, and it's this, and hopefully we win it. Oh boy, we didn't see a lot of our discard cards. And therein lies the biggest issue with this deck. But we've got to try to win Eternity Range. This is the most amount of power we can put on. If they drop Iron Man, we just lose. There it is. There it is. Yeah, there it is.
Iron Man.
Oh no. Oh, that's devastating. That is devastating. That is devastating. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hey, we'll take that. We'll take that. Fair enough. All right. So, it's a fun deck. You know, it's got some power behind it, but it's very roll the dice. Like, yeah, tough, very tough. I can't even complain about the locations there too much. They just had it better. Wow, waved into an onslaught. Very nice. All right. Like I said before, we can just drop Ant-Man. We've got Sif in the hand, so it's really just emptying the hand so we can get those discards happening. Alright, we got Kiln again. We are going to drop the Angela in there. Kiln, a little bit annoying, but it's nothing too big of a deal. Central Park. Oh, it's getting rough out here. We might just play it like this. Just because we can discard the Wolverine, at least we're getting some added power in there. Seeing the Brood, we're probably versing like Silver Surfer. Oh. We'll move him over there. We're just going to do this. Get some extra power on the Angela, because he can go +6. So this should protect us from that. And Sif is going to drop the APOC as well, so we're happy with that. We'll have a 12-powered Apocalypse for turn 6, which is quite nice. It is quite nice. And depending on what we draw next turn, like if we draw into Swordmaster, I'd be more than happy to just dump Swordmaster and Wolverine in compounds. That way our APOC's really, really big. You can probably contend with the Central Park. Cool, so we see the Goose there, which... Winning compound wasn't my plan. So yeah, cool. Exactly what I wanted. We'll just drop these two. We're going to have a nice, big, juicy 16 power APOC. And then hopefully that's enough to win Central Park as well. Oh, if he has the Killmonger, we might lose Kiln. We might lose Kiln if he has the Killmonger. Alright, Polaris can't hurt us. Alright, for all the marbles. If he has the Killmonger. Oh no. I think we lose. I think we lose if he has the Killmonger. It's all on like whether or not he's got it. So he'll be able to pop that Nova and give that whole 4 plus with the Silver Surfer. It's if he has Silver Surfer and Killmonger, if he has both of them. If he's unlucky and didn't have those draws, then we should be fine. He's got 3 cards left in deck. Could be one of them. All the marbles. He's retreated. He didn't have it.
Victory.
He didn't have it. Wow. Fantastic. That's good for us. That's good for us. That is good for us. All right. Fantastic. So we'll take one more game. We always do the 3 games. And we'll see how this last game rolls out. All right. We've got our game. Ooh. Alright, interesting hand. We'll start with the Iceman. We've got Space Throne up, so we'll see how that pans out for us. This rate, it's looking like it might be a Chavez in there. Alright, we got Sinister London. That's kind of frustrating because of the Space Throne. So I guess we'll just play Armor in there. Alright, so there's the Wolverine. It's not worth discarding it, I don't think. Because if we drop the Swordmaster... One thing we could do is play Nightcrawler in here so that we can take advantage of Sinister London. Alright, that's interesting. Ah, there's just nothing worth discarding, is there? I could play, I could play the Swordmaster in Sinister London. And it'll just empty out my hand, basically. If it doesn't hit Wolverine, I'll be upset. So we've hit Blade, don't hit Sif, yeah, good.
Enough said, bub.
Alright, so we filled up Danger Room. And an Ant-Man, wow. Alright, we'll just play both of them here. We'll move Nightcrawler in there, and Chavez and Space Throne and hope for the best. Oh no, the magic. Well, that's fine. We can Chavez the Sinister London. This is the pain of discard, right? Is we had all of the cards to discard cards, but we didn't see the targets. Oh boy. Oh, and then we see a swarm. Alright, let's see the Odin. We should win Danger Room. We have... it's probably a loss. We have the potential to win Sinister London, depending on how they roll. Oh no, we're not even winning Danger Room. We're gonna lose Danger Room, aren't we? Yeah, we've lost Danger Room. Oh no, this is a disaster. We only win the Sinister London. Oh no. Oh dear. Devastating. Devastating. Very painful. Very painful. Very high rolly deck. It has the potential to just unleash so much, where is it? It has the potential to unleash so much power, but I mean, if you want my opinion, I just don't like the discard playstyle at the moment in Pool 2. I think it really comes together in Pool 3, but it's so high rolly in Pool 2. You could give it a try and see how it feels in your matchmaking. It's got that potential, man. It's good. One thing I will say is if you do get a really good roll, just make sure that you're playing with Shang-Chi in mind, because Shang-Chi does come out in Pool 2, and he will destroy your APOC if it's high power and it's very clear where you're going to drop it. So just be aware of that. But give it a try, see how it feels in your matchmaking. It's very, very high roll. If that's your kind of play style, then go nuts. You have the potential to unleash some devastating boards with Swarm and APOC. But as you just saw in those games, it's very... I don't know, man. Alright, that's it for me for today. Have a happy Tuesday, and I will see you guys again in the next video tomorrow. Hooroo!